Number 11. A deadly celebration. On a summer day in 2017, bullets flew during 21-year-old Cheyenne Willis's gender reveal party outside Cincinnati, Ohio. The young woman's cousin, 22-year-old Autumn Garrett, died in the shooting. 8 others were injured there, including 3 kids and a dog. Investigators spent almost a year and a half looking into false leads. After struggling with uncooperative witnesses and confusing details, they concluded Willis wasn't actually pregnant at all, and the shooting was drug-related. About 30 people showed up for the party, but only a dozen or so were there when it got late. Those still there decided to watch a movie. Around 11 p.m., 2 armed intruders busted in, shooting 14 rounds before leaving the scene. Willis was shot in the leg and claimed it caused a miscarriage, but detectives knew she was lying and that Autumn and her family had nothing to do with the drug activities that caused the shooting. In late 2018, 28-year-old Rashawn Bishop, 23-year-old James Eccles, and 21-year-old Michael Sannon were arrested on 22 criminal charges in connection to the gunshots, including murder, aggravated robbery, and animal cruelty. Bishop testified earlier this year that he paid the other men $1,500 to kill Cheyenne, who he was having an affair with and owed over $10,000 to. But they shot the wrong woman and took an innocent mother's life. Eccles was convicted on all 22 counts and received a 41-year sentence in prison. Sannon was convicted of attempted murder and was sentenced to 11 years. The outcome of Bishop's case is still unclear, but records show he'll stay in prison until at least October 2023. Number 10. Accidental forest fire. A gender reveal party in Arizona literally went up in flames in April 2017 when 37-year-old Border Patrol agent and future father Dennis Dickey shot a target that was supposed to be full of either a pink or blue material. It also contained an explosive substance called tannerite, which Dickey did not expect. The explosion triggered a massive eruption that would be famously known as the Sawmill Fire. It spread fast and engulfed around 45,000 acres, 18,211 hectares, over the next week as 800 firefighters fought to get it under control. To Dickey's credit, he called authorities the moment he knew things had gotten out of hand, and he even admitted to starting the fire. He was charged with the act and pleaded guilty over a year later. A judge sentenced him to 5 years probation and ordered him to pay back the $8.1 million the fire had cost public funds. While it was unclear if Dickey would repay the entire amount, local reports claimed he would probably give up about $500 every month for the next 20 years, amounting to $220,000. Whether he will continue to pay after that is as good as anyone's guess, but the monthly installment he's stuck with is enough to put a dent in almost any person's pocket. Number 9. Flawed fireworks. In 2018, a Philadelphia couple tried to keep a safe distance from their guests as they lit some pink fireworks in their backyard at a gender reveal. They stood about 50 feet, 15 meters away from partygoers as they ignited the explosives on a drying rock, ready to share the news about their future daughter. But at least one of the fireworks malfunctioned and flew straight towards a guest that was filming the party before it crashed into the lawn. Guests began screaming and quickly got out of the way as if they were running for their lives. Thankfully, the mishap wasn't nearly as bad as it seemed from the guests' reactions, and nobody was hurt. But they weren't wrong for leaving the scene, especially since gender reveal parties keep popping up in news headlines as the trend of outrageous reveals becomes more popular. Number 8. Deadly disclosure. 28-year-old Christopher Peckney was well known for his mechanical skills and ability to fix anything. But this expectant father from upstate New York met a strange fate one morning in early 2021 while he built a device he planned to use at the baby's upcoming gender reveal party. In what Peckney's older brother Peter described to the New York Times as a freak accident, the device exploded, killing Christopher and injuring his younger brother Michael. Police revealed little about what type of device Peckney was building and how it could have malfunctioned. They said they were investigating to determine the exact cause of the accident. According to a statement from the New York State Police, the device was meant to emit a small pink or blue burst at the party. No criminal charges were filed. Speaking with Katie Shepard from the Washington Post just days after the tragedy, Peter said he'd been unable to sleep as he waited and hoped to hear it was all just a big misunderstanding, despite knowing the reality of losing his brother. Number 7. Disastrous detonation. On a Saturday afternoon in late 2019, 6 family members got together in Knoxville, Iowa, for a small gender reveal. They planned to announce the news by lighting a fuse attached to a homemade metal stand full of gunpowder with wood and colored powder stacked on top. The whole thing was wrapped in tape, which authorities later said inadvertently created a pipe bomb. While the family expected an explosion of colored powder, they weren't ready for the deadly outward blast that sent shrapnel flying into the air, straight towards spectators standing 45 feet, 13.7 meters away. A piece of metal even fatally struck 56-year-old mother and grandmother Pamela Kreimeier in the head, killing her on impact. In a statement, Marion County Sheriff Jason Sandholt announced that an investigation was ongoing, but he acknowledged nobody involved meant to hurt anyone, and that this get-together was meant to be a happy occasion. Number 6. Catastrophic Cannon. In early 2021, family and friends eagerly gathered in the snow outside of an expecting Michigan couple's home to celebrate the upcoming arrival of their baby. The homeowner planned to set off a cannon he had used before without any issues to reveal a simple cloud of smoke. It wasn't a gender reveal stunt, but just a way to mark the occasion. Normally, there would be a loud bang and a flash of light before the smoke appeared. But something went terribly wrong. The gunpowder inside the cannon exploded, causing shrapnel to fly at the guests. A piece of metal traveled nearly 15 to 20 feet, 4.6 to 6.1 meters, and struck 26-year-old Evan Thomas Silver in the chest. He was seriously injured and later died at the hospital nearby. The blast sent metal shards traveling up to 25 feet, 7.6 meters away. Luckily, nobody else was hurt, but the debris hit 3 parked cars and a garage, and the loss of even one life was a disturbingly high price to pay for the sake of making cheap memories. Number 5. Senseless smoke bomb. Wildfires have become a major and growing problem in California during recent years, thanks to climate change, which has caused prolonged droughts and has turned parts of the state into a literal tinderbox. But this didn't stop one couple from thinking it was a good idea to light a smoke bomb at their gender reveal party in 4-foot-high, 1.2 meters wild grass at the El Dorado Ranch Park in 2020. The pyrotechnic device malfunctioned, igniting an out-of-control blaze that became known as the El Dorado Fire, or the gender reveal fire. The fire started on September the 5th. By October 10th, it had consumed 22,744 acres, 9,204 hectares. It burned for over 2 months before it was finally put out on November 16th. In addition to the massive financial cost of fighting and putting out the blaze, it damaged the area's geography, forced more than 20,000 people out of their homes, and caused the death of 1 person. In 2021, the expectant couple, Refugio Manuel Jimenez Jr. and Angela Renee Jimenez, were charged with involuntary manslaughter. The case is still ongoing. If convicted, they could each face up to 20 years behind bars. Stupidity has a large price to pay. Number 4. Perilous plane crashes. In late 2019, a low-flying plane dumped 350 gallons, 1,325 liters of pink water as part of an elaborate gender reveal for a mom and dad-to-be in Turkey, Texas. The plane suddenly stalled after the water release, though, and crash landed. Luckily, the pilot walked away unhurt, with his passenger suffering only minor injuries. But not everyone involved in airborne gender reveals have been this lucky. For example, in 2021, 2 people died when a plane crashed into waters off Cancun, Mexico, after executing a gender reveal stunt. Footage of the horrifying event showed the plane flying over the beach, spouting pink smoke. Guests can be heard cheering from a nearby boat for a few seconds before the plane suddenly plunged into the water head first, bringing the short-lived excitement to an end. Not long after the tragedy, authorities announced an investigation was underway and declined to release the names of the pilot and co-pilot who died in the accident. The cause of the crash has yet to be revealed. Number 3. Disappointed dad-to-be. A young father-to-be's reaction to finding out he and his partner were having a girl went viral last year after the footage was posted on social media. The video shows partygoers cheering and congratulating the expecting parents while the man throws some balloon strings to the ground, complaining in what looks like a tantrum. He was just one of several men who have come under fire in recent years for their inappropriate reactions to finding out they were having a girl. Earlier this year, a US-based TikToker posted footage of her husband's reaction. At the time, they already had 2 girls who were 1 and 3 years old. In this video, the mother can be seen opening an umbrella over the couple's heads, releasing a shower of pink confetti. The father stomped away while audibly swearing, making no effort to hide his disappointment, while the mother said, "I swear, he's happy." She was laughing, which might mean the man's reaction wasn't as serious as it seemed. But for many, the post highlighted the reality that some parents really are incredibly upset to learn their baby isn't the gender they hoped for. One commenter said they hoped the child never saw the video, while another pointed out that as soon as the father meets his new baby, he would instantly fall in love and forget any bad feelings he had. Number 2. Far-reaching rumble. One day in April 2021, residents in parts of New Hampshire and Massachusetts overheard a loud explosion. The blast was so powerful, it shook homes miles away and even caused all the pictures to fall off one family's walls. Numerous residents dialed 911, fearing they had just experienced an earthquake. Police traced the strange boom to a quarry in Kingston, New Hampshire, where they found members of a gender reveal party celebrating for a baby boy. They made the announcement by lighting 80 pounds, 36 kilograms of highly explosive tannerite mixed with blue chalk dust. They told officers that they thought the quarry would be the safest place for the stunt, which left many locals feeling upset. Speaking with NBC 10 Boston, local resident Sarah Taglieri described the blast as god-awful and said she was all up for silliness and whatnot, but this demonstration was extreme. The New Hampshire union leader reported that at least one household called the fire department to report cracks in their foundation after the blast. Maggie Jasmine, who lives 12 miles, 19 kilometers from the detonation site, told reporters her tap water had turned brown shortly after the explosion. She said it was only the second time this had ever happened, and that her family had put showering on hold and even switched to bottled water while they waited for clean water. About a month after the mishap, Kingston resident Anthony Spinelli was charged with disorderly conduct in connection to the party. The 28-year-old made a plea deal with prosecutors and pleaded no contest in exchange for a $620 fine, $500 of which was suspended for a year and will be forgiven as long as he stays out of more trouble. Number 1. Painful party popper. 19-year-old Parker Stewart and his 18-year-old girlfriend Misha Toombs invited their friends and family over to their Chapel Hill, Tennessee home in 2019 to find out their baby's gender. The couple stood together on a deck with party poppers in hand and counted down from 5 before releasing the devices. But things didn't go as planned. Mom-to-be Micah's popper failed to release, and as soon as a steady blue stream of smoke spewed into the air from Stewart's popper, the canister he was holding somehow backfired and went directly into the man's crotch. Excited cheers turned into sympathetic sounds of anguish and laughter as he doubled over in pain. Luckily, Stewart's suffering was only temporary, and he took the mishap like a champ, posting a video of the incident on YouTube, along with the caption, "I reckon one child will be enough." The footage quickly got tens of thousands of views and appeared in news headlines all over the world, making the announcement of this couple's son far more memorable than they had expected. Micah told the Daily Mail that she was mostly disappointed her party popper failed to go off, especially since she'd had a dream the night before saying it would malfunction. Thanks for watching. Have you ever been to a gender reveal party? Was it as crazy as these ones? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to see more cool videos.